So basically, the stock market is a online marketplace that lets you buy companies and invest in companies. So, like, I'm sure you already know that, but like when people get confused about the stock market, it's like this cheat code and it'll make you get rich. Like whenever people ask me about stocks, they're like, Lior, how can I get rich? Like, how do you get rich? And the whole like thing with stocks is it's not like a get rich quick thing. Not at all. Like, I'm sure you've seen online, like the day trading gurus, like, oh, I made 20K today, yada yada. That's not the stock market. It is a stock market, but that's not investing in stocks. That's day trading, and that's completely different. And that takes years and years to master. And those people you see on your Instagram, they're like, oh, I made 20K today, buy my course. It's exactly for that. So you buy their course. It's not. Those people aren't authentic, and it's not. You can't get rich quick with stocks, and you also cannot get rich with a little bit of money. So the whole thing about stocks is it's a long-term game. I don't know if you know what the snowball effect is, but if you think of a snowball, right, and you think of taking that snowball and going up Mount Everest and pushing that snowball down, or a slide, let's say a slide, that snowball starts very small, but as it goes down the slide more and more, it gains momentum and it takes more snow with it. That's the whole thing with stocks. Like, it's called compound interest. That's like the biggest factor to getting rich in the stock market, compound interest. So what I mean by that is what I do and what most people do since I've been in freshman year is called dividend investing. It's where the stock you own pays you for holding the stock. So the stock I'm owning right now that pays me, well, I own a bunch, but one of them is called realty income, the stock. Like, the ticker is called realty income. Like, for example, a ticker is like what's like the stock called. Like, for example, Apple is Apple. This one's called realty income. The stock pays me a dividend of 6% a year. So what that means is if I have $100 in the stock or realty income, I get 6% a year. So I get $6 a year sent into my account that's paid out monthly. Just to make things easier, I'm just gonna say $6 a year instead of dividing it by 12 because it's paid out monthly. So, well, that would be 50 cents every month. So yeah, I get paid 6% a year of that $100, and the good thing about it, and the thing where compound interest comes to make sense, is guess what? Next year, I'm not getting 6% of $100. I'm getting 6% of $106. You see what I mean? Because that $6 I made from owning it last year is in my stock now. It's in my account, and my interest is earning interest on that interest. That's compound interest because you compound the interest. So my snowball is in the process of picking up more snow, and as year 2 goes by, I don't get 6% of 106, I get 6% of 113. You see what I mean? So as the years build, it's actually in months, as the months build, your stock gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But the whole thing about it is you don't invest one time. Like, I'm not going to invest $100 one time because, that'll take years to get, that'll take decades to get, a substantial amount of money. The whole thing is you're supposed to invest in increments every single month or whenever you can. What I like to do is I work right now, but in freshman year, sophomore year, like, you'd come across a few $100 every now and then. You'd come across like some birthday money, some allowance money. You would get some from your mom, whatever. Put a portion of that into, as cringy as it sounds, put a portion of that into your dividend account, your stock account. And over time, I promise you, over time, it'll just grow and grow and grow. And the beautiful thing about dividends is that it pays you no matter what. No matter if the stock crashes, which it won't. No matter if Donald Trump kills himself, doesn't matter. Dividend stocks pays you regardless. It's actually it's a law that it pays you. So basically, like, I'm getting 6% of what I put in every single year, but it grows. So for example, if you have $100,000 in your account, right? So we're moving up now, $100,000, which is more or less what I have. So I'm getting $6,000 a year from that account, from that stock into my account. So you can either choose to keep that $6,000 for yourself a year, which is $500 a month, just for doing nothing, by the way, just for owning the stock. The stock also goes up in value by itself, which is a cool thing about dividend stocks, is when you buy the stock pays you a dividend, but on top of that, you also get money from the stock gain going like up itself. But what's this guy doing? Go, man. I'm in traffic right now. But anyways, so what I decided to do with that 6%, which was the 6,000, instead of putting that in my bank account, I decided to reinvest it. You know, that's the whole snowball effect. So next year, you know, it's almost the end of January now, or almost the beginning of January, sorry. So beginning of 2026. I should be getting 6% of $106,000, which is more. You see? And then next year, yeah, it's this whole snowball effect. So eventually, and the cool thing about it is every year gets quicker, or every year you make more. So eventually I'll be getting, you know, $200,000, I'll get $20,000 a month, you know, like in the future. That's basically what dividend investing is. But to like help you for a complete beginner is you're not going to get rich. That's just the whole, you'll never ever get rich from investing in stocks like that, like one and done, unless you have $1,000 and you invest in like a very, very small stock and you get very lucky, like you invested in Apple when it just came out or something like that, which is not going to happen. The way you actually get rich with stocks is consistency, like anything else in life, like the gym, like you know, learning guitar or something. Anything else in life is consistency. So the thing is, you have to set aside, you know, I don't expect you to set aside money every single week, but at least every single month you need to set aside at least $100 into your dividend account, and you'll watch it grow. And the cool thing about it is if you actually learn to like it, you will learn to like adding money to your account, and you'll learn to like watching the dividends come in. And you don't have to reinvest the dividends, you can spend it. What's this guy yelling at me for? No. But yeah, you don't have to spend your dividends, or sorry, you don't have to reinvest your dividends. You can spend it. Like I could live off the $500 a month that I get just for owning the stock, but I choose to reinvest it. So next month it's like 505, you know, then the month after that is 510. You see what I mean? And on top of that, I'm also investing in my own, like on that stock. I know that it's a lot to take in, but it makes sense if you think about it. That's why I did it in video form so you could rewatch.